you have to sign this warrant. I'm gonna motion it, but you have to sign it, so I can just have you sign it now.
You have 3:30, just to let you know, Chairman.
It's 3 o'clock? 3:30, I'm sorry. Ready?
Affirmative.
Okay, it's 3:30. I am going to call the meeting to order. Roll call. Sue?
Here.
Smith is present. Keys is currently absent. He may remote in through Zoom if he can. Is that him?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll just wait.
He's here.
Oh, bad feedback, Tom.
No, it sounds like a truck. It's a fire truck there.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So we would possibly tell him to mute while he's here.
Yeah.
So, Brian. Can you mute?
Yep, no, we're good.
Okay, I'm gonna do another roll call. All right, Brian, welcome. Brian's here on Zoom. Unfortunately, he got called in on emergency for work. So I'm gonna do another roll call for the Selectmen's meeting. Sue?
Here.
Smith is present. Brian? Keys? He step away?
There he is.
Say here, Brian.
Yep, I can hear you.
Thanks.
No, are you present?
Yes, present.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're gonna move into, so the agenda's gonna have a little change up due to a conflict in scheduling. There's a basketball game for the rec program downstairs. We're not gonna do the 4:15 where we recess from up here and move downstairs. We're just gonna go straight through up here for the meeting. You understand that, Sue? It's gonna continue up here, and I'm sure Brian heard it. So I'm gonna go through the red folder documents, we got quite a few.
Let me do this first,
Yep,
because I usually do that.
okay, go ahead, Sue, you can go ahead and do your document if you like.
Payrolls for the week ending February 8th, 2025. Total payroll, excuse me, total payroll expense, $87,457.28. General fund accounts payable, $28,571.05. Water fund accounts payable, $1,050.90. Sewer fund accounts payable, $1,665.94. I make a motion, we approve these figures.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is Selectman Keys voting?
He got bumped off,
Yep. He's not there anymore.
that's why I didn't do a roll call on it. So. Go ahead, Sue.
I have the Selectmen's work session and meeting minutes, Monday, January 27, 2025. I make a motion, we approve these minutes.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I have 8, I believe, several requests for clerical abatements, and I'll have them approved after I read them all.
Just make sure there's one of them there is for a denial, I don't know
Yeah,
if you saw
I
that,
have
you
that.
got that one? Okay, so make sure it doesn't get lumped in.
The first one is for map 17, lot 10, 220 Newman Drew Road. Second one, map 32, lot 13. And that one was an abatement for $16. This is for abatement, $551, and these have been recommended by the assessing clerk.
So I'm just gonna interrupt you. Brian came back in the meeting at 3:35. Just making that for the record.
Map 54, lot 2, 70, sub 73, in the amount of $282 abatement. as recommended by the assessor. Map 54, Lot 2, sub 85, 12 Mountain View Road, in the amount of $3. And it was recommended by the assessor. Map 54, Lot 2, sub 85, 12 Mountain View Road, abatement, 4422, recommended by the assessor. Map 54, Lot 2, sub 85, 12 Mountain View Road. The amount of the abatement is $44.18, recommended by the assessor. Map 239, Lot 13, 143 Chickville Road, abatement $34.58. Map 27, Lot 28, 20 Grizzly Road, in the amount of $345.04, recommended by the assessor. I make a motion, we approve these abatements.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
It's gotta be a roll call, so I'll take the roll call.
Okay,
Roll call on that vote, Brian? Yes?
Yes.
Sue?
yes.
And Smith is yes.
All those in favor? Yes.
Yes. Right. You're good, we're good.
Yes.
And then I have an abatement for map 27, lot 27, 24 Grizzly Road.
Yes.
The assessor recommendation to deny. I make a motion that we deny this abatement.
I'll second that. A roll call, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Sue?
Yes.
Smith is a yes on the denial, roll call.
All those in favor?
No, I just did that, we're good with the roll call.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a water warrant, water and sewer, in the amount of $1,390. And I make a motion that we approve this water and sewer warrant.
I'll second that. Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue? And
Yes.
Smith is yes, so we're good.
Yeah.
I have a water and sewer warrant in the amount of $21,485.67. I make a motion to approve this.
I'll second that. And roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Smith is yes.
I have another warrant and sewer warrant in the amount of $11,667.72. I make a motion, we approve this.
I'll second that. Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue? And
Yes.
Smith is yes. What do we have, Sue?
Yeah.
Okay. I have the 2025 town warrant. We just completed the public budget hearing. It's unfortunate, a lot of people complain, but nobody shows up. Typical fashion, but the budget hearing went smooth.
It was more than usual.
Well, there was maybe less than a dozen people there, but there should be 50 or 100 people there. So, needless to say, this is the warrant that's gonna go to the people for town meeting and on election day. Make a motion to approve the 2025 town warrant.
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
And Smith is yes.
That's been signed?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Signed.
gonna notarize it. It'll be official.
I'll sign it tomorrow, but
I have, this is 5 veterans tax credit exemptions. First one is for 16 Danville Road, map 20, lot 16. Next one is 84 Elm Street, map 236, lot 15. Next one is for 116 Elm Street, map 116, lot 33. Next one is 4 Youngs Road, map 272, lot 9. And the final one is 4 Cider Road, map 136, lot 14. It says lot 18, but it must be sub 18. Either way, it's the correct address. So I make a motion to approve these as the selectmen's, as the contract assessor recommended. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Smith is yes. Next one I have here is, so we got a request, this came in from Matt, conferred with is a property owner, his name is Jan G. Filippo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jan
Jan Philippe, I'm sorry. He wants to donate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parcels to the town of Ossipee for conservation purposes. No money to be exchanged. The process is, it's RSA 36A4, where the Conservation Commission can accept land as a gift to be placed into conservation with the approval of the Board of Selectmen. The property addresses are 48 Newman Drew Road, 149 Newman Drew Road. The other one says off Newman Drew Road, meaning it doesn't have an assigned address, but that's map 29, lot 1, sub 0. The next one is 159 Newman Drew Road, map 17, lot 6, sub 0. The next one is, let's see, where is it? Map 25, lot 2, sub 0. Again, there's no address for these. The next one has an address, 199 Newman Drew Road. And they consist of 7 acres, 103 acres, 124 acres, 29 acres, 32 acres, and 12.9 acres. This is up on the left of Newman Drew Road. I guess if you're heading north, it's not prime.
I think there's some on both sides.
Is it on both sides?
I don't know. I can't recall. We did look at them
I remember
all.
when you looked, I think most of it's on the
Primary
left.
was the
Primarily
left,
on
yeah.
the left. Either way, it's not prime real estate. It'd be no harm, but again, it's gonna be up to the Conservation Commission to accept as a gift, but there's no harm in us in approving it and sending it to them, and ultimately, they can make the decision whether or not they wanna accept it. So, that being said, I make a motion to accept these parcels for conservation and send this off to the Conservation Commission for their approval. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this, or?
No.
No? Okay, roll call, Brian,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
and Smith is a yes. So we'll send this off. You want this back right now?
Yeah, and then so I'll email the secretary for the CC and let them know that proceed. There you go.
So we have a fireworks display agreement. Deposit amount $15,000. We budgeted $15,000. This has been through the budget process, but Matt needs a motion to authorize him to sign it when the time is right. So I make a motion to authorize Matt, the town administrator, to sign this fireworks agreement with the company is JPI Pyrotechnics. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call. Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. I have a... Oh, there's another one.
Chairman Smith, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Make sure. Do you recall seeing a request to nominate Phil Valari for the TAP?
I do remember seeing that in here.
Okay,
It's
cool.
probably in here somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right here. It's coming up. I have petition and poll license. This is normal business. License number 45-0863. And I have another one, 45-0864. Make a motion to approve this. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. Okay, I have a couple other exemptions, another veterans. I have another veterans, I must have been in the file, we missed it. Another veterans tax credit application. It is for 52 Bluffs Boulevard. They didn't put the map and lot on it, but either way, it's 52 Bluffs Boulevard. It was approved and reviewed by the assessor for to meet the qualifications. I make a motion to approve this veterans tax credit.
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Smith is yes. I have an elderly exemption. It's for map 136, lot 14, 540 Route 16. The assessor reviewed it and recommends denying it. It does not meet the qualifications. Make a motion to deny this elderly tax exemption.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Smith is yes. I have two requests. This is for application of a current use assessment, 96 Knox Mountain Road. It is, let's see here. It's a bunch of different lots. Map 76-7, lot 8, lot 9, lot 10, lot 12, lot 6, lot 5, and map 75, lot 40. Make a motion to approve this application for current use.
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Smith is yes. I got a land use change tax. When a property comes out of current use, you have to pay a 10% penalty of the value. That is the, I guess, the privilege of putting your land in current use, but you have to pay when it comes out. This is for 5 Indian Ridge Road, map 75, lot 15. It's in the amount of $7,500. Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Smith, yes. I have another one, and use change tax for 15 Passaconaway Road, map 75, lot 16. It's in the amount of $7,500. Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Smith is yes. I'm not missing something. All right, this is the next thing for, I thought we already did Phil Valari to the,
He's the commissioner, but
I thought we already did him to the TAC committee, we didn't? I thought we made that motion a couple weeks ago.
Isn't he also on the commission himself, on the actual Lakes Region Commission?
He is as a commissioner now but I didn't know if
All right,
we
well,
had-
there's no harm in doing
Yeah.
it again. So I make a motion to appoint Phil Valari to the TAC Transport Committee within the LRPC. Do I have a second?
Second,
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
yes.
Smith is yes.
And it's a separate board.
Yeah.
It's
There you
more
go.
like a sub-
Maybe that's what it was. You're right, this is separate. Need that back? Oh. I get another land use change tax. This one's for 19 Conway Road, map 75, lot 17, in the amount of $7,500. I make a motion to approve this.
Second.
Okay, Sue seconded. Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
And Smith is yes?
Yes.
Okay. Got a couple of notice of decisions here. One's from the planning board for 185 and 191 Levitt Road, map 32 lot 1 and map 32 lot 2. They were, let's see, boundary line adjustment. That was the final Mylar approval. Next one is from the planning board for 2 Thistle Road, tax map 115 lot 5. They were granted a boundary line adjustment. And next one is a letter of extension from the planning board to extend their site plan approval. It was case number 23-02 SPRA. They gave them a 1-year extension on their site plan approval. Okay. Am I missing anything? You got anything before I move on?
No, I think we got all my things.
Okay. So we received a few more petition warrant articles. I spoke at a meeting or two ago regarding the elderly exemption one. I'm gonna repeat it just because people watch the important video and that gets the truth out. So it was a petition warrant article, I'll just read it, to see if the town vote to assist the elderly by reducing property taxes by 25% for anyone 72 years old or older for their permanent residence located in the town of Ossipee and determined to be their permanent residence by virtue of being a registered voter or any means for the town administration should decide. So this is what they call an illegal warrant article, a non-actionable. I talked about this in the past. We are a Dillon's rule state. The only authority granted to the municipality is what's given to it by the state legislature. In this case, you just can't make up a warrant article and pass it at a town meeting and think it's going to apply as law. It doesn't work that way. There is an elderly exemption process, RSA 7239A, that people can apply for and they have to qualify. That is the process. I understand their intention. Personally, once you hit the age of whatever, you shouldn't have to pay property taxes, but I'm not going down that road. That's a debate for another day. So, but that's not actionable. It will be on the warrant, but it's not actionable. Another warrant article we received, again, not actionable, illegal, separation of conflicting positions in town government. No other details. Shall the town adopt a policy requiring a separation of conflicting paid or volunteer positions within town government to eliminate conflicts of interest? Not actionable. This is, again, another article that doesn't have any force of law behind it, although it will be on the warrant. Even if it passes, it's not actionable. Another one, which we've seen this in the past, scheduling of selectmen's meetings at 6 p.m. It doesn't work that way either. You can't dictate to the board when and how we meet. That's up to the chairman, set through the policy passed by the board. Not actionable. Legislature doesn't give the town the authority to dictate this. And previous boards have tried late meetings. It doesn't matter. People don't show up. We had a public budget hearing where all the money spent and discussed, and no one showed up. So what does that tell you? All these people that signed this petition, none of them were there. None of them showed up at the public hearing. So they really don't care about the process. They just want to complain. And this is their complaint. Another one is recognition of Ossipee Mountain artisans as a new group upholding past responsibilities of the Ossipee Revitalization Group, DVA Ossipee Main Street Program. Well, we all know how that went. The Ossipee Main Street Program was a defunct organization, which I said numerous times. It was upheld by the AG as defunct. They are in the process of being dissolved. Lynn Clark has cost this town about $10,000 in frivolous lawsuits. So that's the fact of the matter. And I'm glad the camera's here to capture the truth. So this is another non-actionable warrant article that, even if it passes, is going to die a timely death. So, there is one warrant article, petition warrant article, that is valid. And I'm going to read what it says. This one says, warrant article to increase the select board to a 5-member board. This is valid. It was signed by, and I'm going to go through the names that signed it, because I'm making a point. The first name on the list is Allison Valletta, 25 Chapel Road. The next one signed was Jennifer Dorr at 26 Irish Lane. The next one was George Dorr at 26 Irish Lane. Then Jeff Kelly at 110 Moultonville Road. Then Dave Belair at 7 Mountain Ridge Road. Then Tammy White at 69 Mountain Road. Then Dave, I can't read the last name, 69 Mountain Road. Then Adam Bonovich, 70 Ossipee Mountain Road. Then John Fallu, 10 Whiting Road. Then Wendy Bonovich, 70 Ossipee Mountain Road. Looks like Gregory Coburn, 11 Maplewood Road. And Paul Eldridge, 47 Moultonville Road, it looks like. And then Doris Mazur, 48 Moultonville Road. Then Scott Morgan at 70 Newman Drew Road. Then Jessica Mashoud at 36 Water Village Road. Then Christopher Mashoud at 36 Water Village Road. Then Lynn Clark at 1 Royal Circle. Then Kelly Bushman at 37 Route 16B. Then Mike Stevens at 390 Newman Drew Road. Then Robert Bowie at 5 Scotch Pine. Then there's some names that were crossed out. Dave Huckins at 69 Ossipee Mountain Road. Some of these are double on here. Tammy White.
They shouldn't have numbers next to both of them.
Oh, you're
Kelly
right.
caught
Okay.
some duplicates.
You're correct. So I'm just going to skip there. That's my mistake. I shouldn't have read it twice. Okay, so yeah, they are duplicates. They signed it twice. Then Carolina Briskowski, 110 Moultonville Road. Then Tim Walker, 65 Elm Street. Then James Owen at 44 Remley Road. Then Stephen Brown at 25 Chapel Road. And then Richard Clark at 1 Royal Circle. So, I don't know, I haven't seen any of these people participate in town government, whether they served on planning board, zoning board, budget committee, or even come to meetings and ask questions. But they want to create a 5-man board. What a 5-man board does is do you want excellence or you want mediocrity? It's that simple. With a 5-man board, you're going to have people walk into this position with no competition. That does not solve the problem. You want good people on this board, you want people to fight for this position. You want 5 people signing up for one position, so the people get to pick the best candidate out of the 5 people. You don't want 5 positions where one person runs and just walks in. To me, that's not a democratic republic. It's just not. So, I'm going to vote no on this. I'm going to recommend that the people vote no on this. I don't know how Sue feels on a 5-man board.
No, I don't think.
Or Brian. Brian, do you have an opinion on a 5-man board warrant article, verse 3? Oh, you can't hear him, he's muted. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
You're still muted.
You're still muted.
In addition to the reasons you said, it dilutes it and it convolutes the process. And it gives 2 selectmen the ability to essentially what would be an illegal meeting now collude to just disrupt business as usual. But mainly the fact that we've only had 4 or 5 candidates means that someone will run uncontested. And we see that at the State House all the time, and it's a disaster.
Yep.
So I would not recommend it.
Right. Competition is what you want.
This is Article 13 on the ballot.
This will be Article 13 on the ballot. And as required in statute, again, Dillon's Rule State, legislature tells us what we need to do. RSA 41:8C, we have to have a public hearing on this matter. And we're gonna have that on March 3rd, following the Selectmen's meeting. So this will be discussed again then. So if you have an opinion on it, come and state your opinion, but ultimately the vote is gonna be on election day. So. Okay, that's all I got. All I got. Brian, you got anything?
No, thank you.
Sue? Anything from the public? Since we're Frank?
Nope.
Ed?
Ed Comeau, GovernmentOversite.com. The article that mentioned the conflict
Yep.
of positions,
Mhm.
can you state which law is already in place that prevents those conflicts?
There is an RSA about conflicting offices currently. I don't, Matt, can you look that up? And we can read it, but basically it says selectman can't be a full-time employee. A selectman can't be on the budget committee other than the ex officio. Or a budget committee member can't be a selectman unless it's the ex officio member that's on there. Can't be a trustee of trust funds. Trying to think what else.
This one.
What was that, Brian?
You can't be the treasurer.
Yeah, you can't be the treasurer. So there already is a statute, Matt's gonna find it, that lays out, that's a great question, where there already is a conflict.
It's chapter 669:7, incompatibility of offices, and I'm printing it.
Okay, give it to me and I'll read it.
So in the article, there's no specification of which positions that they're stating
Nope.
is in conflict.
Nope, not
Are
at all.
there any ones in conflict? Did
No.
they state which ones they feel
Nope,
is in conflict?
I'll go back to it.
It just says to create a policy
Yep,
about
correct.
what?
Let me find that. Shall the town adopt a policy requiring the separation of conflicting paid or volunteer positions within town government to eliminate conflicts of interest? That's it.
So they just want you to create a policy.
Yeah, which, again, non-actionable.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the handbook makes it clear what a conflict of interest already is.
Well, yeah, so there is already RSA 669:7, which is what I think you were referring to. Incompatibility of offices, no person shall hold, at the same time, hold any of the two following offices: selectman, treasurer, moderator, trustee of trust funds, collector of taxes, auditor, and highway agent. No person shall at any time hold any two of the following offices: town treasurer, moderator, trustee of trust funds, selectman, head of the town's police department on full-time duty. No person shall at the same time hold the offices of town treasurer and town clerk. No full-time town employee shall at the same time hold the office of selectman, i.e. you can be part-time. Numerous towns have selectmen that do part-time duties. Let's see, where am I? I lost my line. Okay, no selectman, moderator, or town clerk, or inspector of elections shall at the same time serve as supervisor of the checklist. No selectman, town manager, school board member, except a cooperative school board member, full-time town, village district, school district, except a cooperative school district, or other associated agency, employee, or village district commissioner, shall at the same time serve as the budget committee member at large. Let's see. No person at the same time shall file a declaration of a candidacy for two or more offices that are incompatible. So there is an RSA that lays out what's incompatible offices. That warrant article has no standing nor merit.
Okay, can I have a follow-up?
Sure.
So basically, you really can't say that it doesn't have any standing, because all they're doing is asking for the board to create a policy which can't go against the established law, but the board could make an internal policy to not let certain offices conflict if they feel like it.
That is correct, but my point is the warrant article has no force of law behind it. Even if it passes, it's a kind request. That's all it
You're
is.
just creating policy.
Excuse me?
You're creating policy.
Correct, but the warrant article can't force policy.
All it's asking is for you to create a policy.
But it
It's not-
can't force that policy. In other words, even if it passes, the board does not have to follow what the warrant article says, because it's not a binding legal warrant article. That's what I'm saying. Just like the 6 o'clock meetings or any of these other requests that are not, again, Dylan's rules state, you know, you were in the legislature. The legislature has to give the authority for something to be passed at town meeting for the Board of Selectmen to follow. You can't just pass suggestions. There's no force of law behind it.
So the final check of the system is you unelect the people.
You gotta what?
Unelect the people
Correct.
you don't
That's,
want.
that's the whole point. You have to run for office and win, and don't vote for the person. That is the process we live in, right? So. Anything else? No? Well, I am going to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Smith is yes.
405. 1605.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Military time.
Yeah.
I know what it was.
Oh, you did?